Hey guys, it's Walker here, and welcome back to Manic Episode. This is Manic Episode number 4, and I am joined today by our new comic book lead. Everybody knows Bradley.
Hello.
What you reading there, Brad?
I'm reading Amazing Spider-Man 267.
What?
Hey, are you guys streaming? You guys recording in here?
Yeah.
We're in the middle of something.
We're in the middle of some.
You mind if I come in?
Yeah, we
I do
kind of
mind
do.
if you
Yeah.
No, I got it. I even got my own chair. Guys.
Wait. When did you get a chair?
Nah, dude.
Didn't you get that from the game room?
Nah, it doesn't matter, bro.
What, bro? Oh, son of a.
Yeah. Just get in right here.
Nice to have you back here.
Yeah, nice to have you back.
Nice to be back, guys. Oh.
All right.
What's up, guys?
And as some of y'all may know and may not know, we got the one and only Ian Lee back running CCGs.
By popular demand, I may say.
I wouldn't say popular demand there, buddy.
I mean, a demand.
A demand.
If it's
that
the
demand?
only demand, it's kind of popular.
No, not
There was no
unless there-
demand against it, is what we were trying to say. So,
Sure.
Can you believe this guy?
hey,
A lot of things.
All right. Well, y'all know the drill. We usually go over what's going on in the comic book, the nerd industry. Nerd industry, yes. And then, we'll kind of go on a tangent. What are we looking at? Hey, show that
it's
here.
Not for you, dude.
No, it is.
It's only for the cool kids,
Only
honestly.
What you mean? I'm part of the Cool Kids Club.
this-
No,
side of the
actually, matter of
table.
fact, give me my pin.
Hey, bro.
I forgot my pen.
You guys didn't come with a pin? Like, y'all weren't prepared
No, I
with
was
a
not.
pin?
Bro, you dragged me out of my truck.
Kicking and screaming.
No, I
The
don't
only one who came here with a pin,
I
guys?
don't want to go back.
It's crazy.
All right, well, the first things first, we are going to start on this side of the table, and it's going to be with Brad.
Hi. Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
What new comic books do we have coming out this
Long
week?
time watcher, first time caller.
You're calling?
You're calling?
Hi. How's it going? Ring
Hey.
ring.
Welcome in. Welcome on to the podcast.
Hi.
Bro, I'm
your,
on
uh,
the Apple Watch.
I don't have an Apple Watch.
Welcome on to the podcast. I'm your host, Ian. How's it going?
Hey, long time watcher, first time caller.
Okay, yeah, we're glad to have you in. We recognize the number.
Oh, thank you. Is that caller ID, right?
Yeah, caller ID, because,
I'll
we don't
get
use
Oh, sweet
landlines.
Mother
we use
Joseph.
landlines anymore.
Yeah, so I had a few points I wanted to call in about this week's new comic releases.
Okay, we'll tell them. Let's go.
I ain't throwing my phone.
It's all right. I got another box.
You got it. Bro, that crap slides all the way. What you mean?
Brad, let's go! The people are waiting.
And we don't care about the people.
So, biggest new thing coming out this week is going to be the Batman Spawn. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be a great crossover. We do actually have some reprinted hard copies of some of the more original stuff on our shelf, so I'm really excited to see what comes out from this new. It is a one-shot, so it isn't going to be an extended series, but they've been doing a lot of cross-promotion with Spawn on a lot of covers, some of them better than others.
Wasn't he on, All or Fighting or something like that came out this week? I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, he was on the cover of that. He was on the cover of Walking Dead. He was on a bunch of DC covers. Basically anything DC and Image, he was on the cover of, and there's still going to be more coming out with that. But this Tuesday is the Batman Spawn actual one-shot, along with Dark Web, X-Men. So the start of that part. So if you're not signed up for the Dark Web series yet, we can get you signed up for all that tie-in, because it is over a multitude, I guess not a multitude, like 4 or 5 different series. But I'm also really excited about that arc, because there's a lot going on between the Spider-Man and the X-Men world. So I know those are two of the big things that I have on my radar for this next coming week.
So about this Spawn and Batman.
Why you ask me questions?
Hey, did you know?
You're the comic book guy.
Yeah, this is basically like an interview, dude.
Okay.
So about that, have they come out with anything that's like any kind of description of what's going on in that one shot? Like, is Batman fighting Spawn, or are they fighting someone together?
Well, I don't want to give away too much,
Okay.
but if some of the promotional pieces are to be believed, then it does look like it could be the trope of there being some misunderstanding between the two heroes,
Mm-hmm.
because there's There's different promotionals, especially with the A and the B cover right off the bat. There's one that has Spawn being victorious over Batman, while the other cover has Batman being victorious over Spawn. So it could be a notion of that story trope where you have basically two heroes. There's a misunderstanding, they end up fighting, and then there's the resolution at the end.
Wasn't that how the original series went as well?
Could have been, but like I said, I don't want to give away too much for it. I think it's going to be more. I think it's going to be more worth reading than just wanting to talk about it right now.
What'd you think of Dark Web #1? Because we all know that you read that.
Oh man, I was so excited to read that one. There wasn't a lot to take away right off the bat. It was a lot of setup for the stuff that's coming on, but with I always get her name mixed up. I think it's the Goblin Queen or Queen Goblin, because there's two characters. There's the Goblin Queen and Queen Goblin.
Okay.
So it's very hard to. Their names get mixed up, but
Yeah.
them teaming up with Chasm, who was Ben Reilly, who you know as the Scarlet Spider.
Okay.
There's just a lot coming up from that, and like feeding off their anger and misunderstandings, and like Ben's over here going, I don't have my memories, who am I, what am I, and there's like a lot of just this hellscape kind of rising up into the world. And so it's gonna dive into a lot more, especially when they bring in Norman Osborn, who's the Gold Goblin right now.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the Gold Goblin?
He's
He's not the Green Goblin anymore? He evolved?
No. So he had a encounter with a character called the Sin Eater. And so he's basically been cleansed of his wrongdoings.
So like the crazy part of him.
Yeah, like he doesn't feel anger and this hatred, and he doesn't want to go actively do bad things. But he still has that guilt and the remorse from everything he's done. So he built this new suit so that he can try to be useful again. And people have dubbed him Gold Goblin because he's still on a glider. But his suit's like gold and white.
That one shot, or not one shot, that #1 was really good too.
Yeah, and then #2 should be coming out soon.
I feel like if I was like a normal citizen in that world, I would still kind of like be a little iffy about it. Because, like, with all the stuff that he did as Green Goblin, I feel like just changing his color, I feel like I wouldn't be, like, so keen to just be, change my opinion on this guy just because he got a new goat. Like, he got some drip on him now.
He got some drip on him?
Yeah, but this is also the same world where Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, is mayor of the city.
Even though he did all that messed up stuff?
Even though he is actively known as the crime lord.
Yeah. This is also the same universe where, you have a giant man-eating, like planet-eating entity named Galactus. So, I mean...
Yeah, but Galactus isn't bothering
Yeah,
anybody
Galactus
right
is
now.
like all the way on the other side of the system.
Okay, well...
It's the other Celestials that were bothering them during the Judgment Day.
True.
See, I don't know. This is why I just never can see myself just like me personally, get into like spandex comics. There's so much into it, dude. There's like, there's different universes. There's like 12 different Spider-Mans. They're like a Power Ranger.
No, the
I
Spider-Verse...
don't want Celestials! I want pictures of Spider-Man!
Look, the Spider-Verse... the Spider-Verse is also a great run. And, I mean, there literally becomes there's like a spider person for anybody.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
like Miles Morales is my dude. Like he is awesome as a Spider-Man. Like I think like out of all the Spider-Mans, he would be the one that would be my favorite. Was the Miles Morales. He just had so much swag. And then when they came out with his game, oh dude, it was amazing.
Well, I mean, and even Into the Spider-Verse, the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting for the sequel for that one.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, as you put it about how to get into it, I mean, especially with the Dark Web run, right now is the best time to do it because literally we just got past the first issue. Dark Web #1 is the start of the whole run.
Okay.
So right now is the best time to get into it.
Okay. And we have all that downstairs for sale, right? Dark Web #1.
However many copies we have left.
Yep. However many we have left.
Yeah, I'm surprised that if
we do, I don't know. I have to double check.
If we do, I'm going to be surprised that we haven't sold out because that's been like one of the biggest things that Marvel has had coming up.
Because when it's something big, I push it.
Because, I mean, Judgment Day was good, but it wasn't like...
Judgment Day had its moments, especially with some of the tie-in stuff, but it was all over the place.
It was, and I stopped reading after like I think issue 5. Like I just couldn't handle it anymore. I was just like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that was a whole thing. But this one, I feel like it's a small enough grouping of different titles that it makes it easy enough to gather it all together and have the cohesive story to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm more of like a, when it comes to comics, I feel like I'm more of an indie type of reader. I like to read, stuff that has different stories. One of the ones that I have been reading up recently is Plush that came out last week. Yeah, it's pretty. It's a really good comic. It's definitely one for an audience, a different type of audience. Like I believe we have the cover for it right up here. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first saw it, like I got Fortnite vibes because like she looks like someone straight out of Fortnite. But then you see the blood all over them, and it's just like, okay, so what exactly is going on here? And I don't want to give too much away about it. I mean, right up there in the title, it's from creative team that brought you Plastic and Vinyl. Comes with unforgettable neon horror filled with with serial killing cannibalistic furries. 'Cause why not, dude? Like it's crazy, dude. Furries and cannibals. What more could you ask for? That sounds like a perfect story to me.
I'm refraining from any comments.
Yeah, dude, like it sounds like a good read, dude. Cannibal
It does.
furries.
It does.
Like, it's just like titles that do something that somebody wouldn't even think about. Like when you hear furries, you don't think cannibals. You don't think like like terrifying. Like you think of just like people in like mascots.
I don't often or actively think
About them.
So I don't know if I can agree with some of your sentiments, but I mean, I understand. There's
I think about crusading and taking back the Holy Land more often, as do you, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
You think about crusading and taking in modern day America. You think about crusading and taking back America.
Yeah,
You just walk around in a suit of armor.
The will of God. It's what you would want.
When's the last time you were on a crusade?
Back in the Dark Ages, and
just this last week.
Just this last week, buddy.
I was out crusading.
Yeah,
Look, the government is hunting me. I can't say more. All right.
Why are you on a podcast?
Don't worry about it.
Where we upload it to a specific channel that has the address of where we uploaded from.
Because he does it under a different name.
Exactly.
Come on.
Walker Stevenson.
Everyone knows his. Everyone knows his hair's a wig, anyways.
Hey, you don't talk bad about my hair. That's how you catch these hands. Don't poke me with your pin.
Why don't you talk about what you do?
What I do is I handle our CCGs here at Dragon's Lair, North Houston, off of 249 and Luetta, right next to the
You are
El
going to get a
Palique.
very funny smelling mail in your mailbox.
Especially on my days where I work with Walker.
Yes, on most of the weekends in the morning.
I know where you live, Ian.
And I know where you live. Do you want me to throw that one out too?
No, actually.
Okay.
I don't need random stalkers
let's not
coming to my place.
Yeah, so I handle all of our CCG products. So that includes Magic the Gathering, Digimon. What else? We got My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball, Pokemon, and more recently that just came out, the One Piece card game. I think that released, what was it, last week? The second, December 2nd was the release of One Piece, and it has been booming ever since its release.
You, just came back as soon as it released.
No, literally, I think it released...
The week you came back.
I think, 3 days after I came. It's crazy because it was just all right, first day back, get ready to plan out what we're doing for the release of One Piece. Okay. So yeah, we came back. We had our first tournament for One Piece. I think it was the next day after, because it came out on Friday. We host our tournaments now on Saturday. Also on that, I feel like it would also be good to say it on this podcast as well, seeing as a lot of our audience who come to Dragon's Lair does watch this, hopefully. I don't know how big his podcast has gotten so far. But we do want to issue out somewhat of an apology. There was a bit of a misunderstanding this past Saturday as to our tournament times. We had the times changed on Facebook to 2 o'clock. We had the entire tournament changed to 2 o'clock, but unfortunately we didn't get it changed on our physical copy calendar. So we did have some people who called up on Saturday wanting to know the times. They were told 5:30. We do apologize for that. Starting now, going on, the One Piece tournaments are going to be every Saturday at 2 o'clock p.m. sharp. That's just, we did that so that we can have both Digimon players and One Piece players who want to participate in both tournaments be able to do so, because at the time they were conflicting together, seeing as both Digimon and One Piece happens on Saturday. But the One Piece game has been doing pretty good these past couple of weeks.
Well, I think you're the only staff member who's actually got the time to sit down and actually play the game. You were in
I was in both of them.
Yeah, you were in
both of the tournaments. I got my butt whooped, but it was definitely a learning experience. Both times I think I got better with each tournament. Huh?
Nothing.
What are you reading, Brad?
None of your business.
Jesus.
Spider-Man.
Oh, of course you are.
He's been reading
I was
Spider-Man
reading
this whole time.
Spider-Man.
He's
This is
a
the best
Spider-Man
hero.
freak. Debatable.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's for after we get done with the important topics that we
don't
have.
need to talk about cards. No, we don't need to talk about
No, that can
cards.
skip. It's fine.
Yeah, the game it pretty much plays the same as Digimon, really. You have your digital monsters. Yeah. It plays about the same way. You have your life security. The whole point of the game is to attack a leader card, knock out all of their life cards or life points, and then hit them one last time to get the KO and win the game. It's got a lot of great art from the anime and from the manga. If you haven't read One Piece, one of the best anime / manga out there on the market, we can argue all day about it, honestly. But that's for another podcast, because we'll be here all day, because these two definitely don't have the amount of manga / anime knowledge to debate me on this.
I watched Dragon Ball.
Brad, you can leave now.
I watched Evangelion.
You can definitely leave. But yeah, it's all in all, it's a really great game. I think it's like sold out in almost every local game store you go to right now.
So.
It is.
It's really hard to find it. They're doing a second wave printing for it, but it's probably not going to be till later on, like late January, maybe early February, closer to the release of their second set in English, Pillars of Strength. Yeah, I think that's about it for One Piece.
That's about it for One Piece. Well, the biggest CCG game in the world is currently going through a lot of scrutiny and backlash. And,
oh yeah.
You are one of the vile things that we call a Magic player. So
I wouldn't say vile.
Vile.
There's nothing wrong with the community. It's just the people who fund the community, the cards that we play. If we're gonna be honest here.
And also, it's like, was it you probably have the best? You probably know the majority about what's going on and how, as I would say, FUBAR Magic is going to be in 2023.
It's definitely not looking good. So if you've been living under a rock for the past couple of months, Magic, I don't know if it's that if they signed on with Hasbro or they've been with Hasbro. I believe they've been with Hasbro, if I'm correct.
WotC owned. No, what? Hang on, I'm smoking something. Hasbro owns WotC.
Yeah. And so I don't know what happened as of recently. I guess they thought, hey, we're not pushing out as much sales as we used to back in the original, back in the old days when Magic releases were a lot more, lot less frequent. I think this year we had about 26 releases of different types of Magic product, and it could be more. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more. The biggest thing was that they released a Magic 30th anniversary pack, which is basically each pack themselves cost about $400. There's an entire little box together like that has I think 5 or so packs that cost $1,000 altogether, and you can get like they're proxied reprints of old cards, so like Ancestral Recall, some of the beta cards, like the big name cards you can't even play in tournaments nowadays, so it's like why even reprint them?
I summoned Pot of Greed.
That's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pretty much. And it's funny that you even said Yu-Gi-Oh because that relates to the topic at hand.
Oh yeah.
Am I being relatable?
What was it? IGN did a opening of the 30th anniversary box.
Yeah,
and
dude.
that and a good chunk of it, the guy was just getting duds.
Nothing's really guaranteed. It's like a regular pack, which is what's crazy about the fact that it's $400. Like, I feel like if you're gonna charge that much, I should at least get a Black Lotus out of this.
Well, the whole box is like $1,000.
Yeah, the whole box is $1,000,
and so it's just
not I don't even think it was up there for an entire day before they basically stated that it was no longer in quantity or no longer available for purchase. Because nobody was buying it. Nobody wanted to buy it because it's like, dude, we can't. This is crazy. It's insane. And so they did the weirdest tactical play here, and they went to card players that had no idea what Magic was. So they went to like Yu-Gi-Oh players, and they basically were trying to be like, hey, look how cool this is, our 30th anniversary, it's gonna be awesome and has all these cool cards in them. And so they were trying to push that out to their community. Well, Magic players caught on to that, and they weren't happy at all. It was a really kind of like shady thing to do. I remember they went on to do like I think a live stream or a retcon, something about that, like to kind of like
simmer stuff down. Yeah, because people are enraged. They don't even want to buy anything. Like people are boycotting a lot of their releases, especially for next year because they're starting up so many new releases. What was it in January? We're getting Dominaria
remastered, which is just a whole like reprint set. So it's kind of like double masters.
And then February we're getting Phyrexia.
Yep, it's Phyrexia All is One. That's going to be part of the I guess the climax to the story of Brothers War.
So it's like we're not gonna have enough time to actually
enjoy the cards. We're not gonna be able to enjoy the cards, understand how the card interactions work with other decks before we get a whole nother set pushed into our face. You can also argue the fact that the majority of the cards in the sets are already cards that exist. So it wouldn't be much of like learning new interactions with the cards because there are already cards that were in circulation. But it's still just feels like a dirty cash grab, like a double feature type of set.
Speaking of Dominaria Remastered, look right there on right on the article.
It's all over the place, dude. They're trying to make it to where somebody buys it. And there are going to be people who buys it, but a lot of people are not happy with it. But what's crazy enough is that even through all these printings, there was even an article put out by WotC's president. I can't even remember what her name was. I think it was Chris Cox. My bad. Chris Cox, who is Hasbro CEO and president of Wizards of the Coast. It's Hasbro CEO Chris Cox and president of Wizards of the Coast Cynthia Williams. Held a fireside chat focused on Magic the Gathering on December the 8th. Basically, one of what they quoted was that there's no evidence that Magic is being overprinted, which is crazy. It's a far cry. It's stupid that they would say that because everybody who has a brain cell knows that Magic is being overprinted right now.
Well, yeah, it's the thing of it's really the thing of like, I mean, looking back into it, I mean, WotC has always been one of those companies where you just really don't like giving them your money.
Yeah.
I mean, and especially looking at like, you know, and not to get off track, but it's also a thing of like what they're doing with D&D 1.
Yeah.
It's just to make more money when they could just do a 5.5 for D&D.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would have been happier with that.
I mean, why not like E6 at this point?
So they did E6. They would have to change up like a lot of mechanics of the game. And I think it's kind of like a thing of they're like, how far can we drag out 5e?
5th edition is the most popular like edition of D&D.
Which is funny because I remember that for the longest time people were boycotting 5th edition and they're like, no, we're going to play 3.5.
It's the thing of like, well, that's either going to be like a small minority or they finally caved in. And what is that cat meowing about?
Probably just finally caved in because everything that's being produced is for 5e, and it's easier to just learn the new system than it is to try to, roll back everything into an older system.
Well, it's like I say, 5th edition is for dummies. Is D&D for dummies. It's so easy to learn. One session, you're gonna know the basics like that. It's not like 3.5 where you have to go in a couple of sessions and go like, okay, I've finally figured out like what all these numbers mean and do for me. So that's nice. Now it's going into the advanced rules. But no, WotC they're being scummy and they're taking that GW route and it's not looking good.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely disheartening because a lot of people really love the game. And I don't think people are going to stop playing the game. I just think people are going to stop like consuming the product that they come out with. Or at least consume it at a lesser pace.
There's not going to be people that are going to stop playing Magic. It's people that are going to stop buying new Magic.
Yeah, because I've definitely heard a lot of people saying stuff like, oh, this could be the thing that kills Magic. I don't think... Magic is, like it said, it's been out here for 30 years. Not a lot of card games have stood that test of time. So I don't think it's something even as... Like, this does seem big, but I don't think it's big enough to kill Magic off entirely.
I mean, hell, the only card game that can even rival Magic is Pokemon.
Yeah, and I think Pokemon has been out for 20 years. The card,
cards were like the 90s.
Cards
Magic came out late 90s,
I think,
or early 90s.
I think what the first thing was the video games. Then I believe the anime came out, and then the card game. I'm not too sure on the timeline.
That was still in like the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, didn't the actual CCG come out in like 99 or something like that?
Yeah, I think
we could I have a computer right here. We could definitely look that up.
Pretty sure there's like at least 97.
It was. I know. All I know is I was not even a thought in my parents' brains. You probably were moving in
December 18th, 1998. Wait, that's
the game.
No, it says trading card game.
Trading card game.
Picture.
Yeah, it did. Yep, Pokemon trading card game. The first set.
1996.
Why was? Okay, but then the first set of cards was released on October 20th, 1996.
I mean, I guess there's a difference between it releasing in Japan and then it releasing in America.
It usually they do release pretty early in Japan over America, or
so
West Coast.
So what you're seeing is probably the original release is in 1996, whereas the original American release was 1998.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, was it? They're already over there. They're already on Crown Zenith. And that's the next set that's coming out for us.
If I'm correct, they've been on Crown Zenith. They probably announced the next set after Crown Zenith.
Well,
if it's anything like how they do with Bandai.
They're one set in front of us, always.
Yeah. And that's just, because the game is made over there, so they get it way quicker than we do. Then we have to go through translation and bring it over here.
Yeah. Also, what are we drafting this coming up Friday, by the way?
This coming up Friday is going to be a regular Brothers War draft. I believe after that, on the 17th, we'll be having the DreamHack RCQ Round 2 qualifiers. That's going to be on the 17th. Signups will start up at 10 o'clock. The actual qualifiers will start up at 11. It's going to be a $40 entry. It's going to be a limited tournament, so everybody will get 6 packs of Brothers War. You guys will construct I think it's 40 card deck out of that. And then after that, it will cut at top 8. And then it will be a Brothers War draft for top 8. I believe it's going to be a booster per win like a normal draft would be.
Okay.
We did also have a game day draft that was going to be this Sunday, but because it wasn't advertised as much, we are going to be postponing that. We're looking more towards New Year's Day. That's what my Magic judges said would be the best. That Magic players will definitely come on New Year's Day. So if you guys are free on New Year's Day, I mean, most of the celebration for New Year's is on New Year's Eve. If we're being 100% honest.
Oh, well, yeah.
There's not much people really do on New Year's Day.
I mean,
Well, they celebrate the ball drop.
Well, the ball drop that happens on New Year's Eve.
No, not on New Year's Day because it lands on midnight.
Well, yeah,
which
it
is
lands
not
on.
New
most
Year's
That's
Day.
literally a minute of a minute.
Technicality.
We all
Most
care about
true.
11:59 on December 31st.
most people are going to be recovering from a hangover on New Year's Day and watching the Macy's Day parade on their television, all right?
Macy's Day Parade's not.
Isn't that
Wait.
Thanksgiving?
It's Thanksgiving.
What's the New Year? I thought it was the
Bro, to take you back to 2010 and ask for that neck, bro.
Everyone's recovering on New Year's watching the Macy's
Ooh, I'm
Day
so
Parade,
glad
bro.
that's not getting cut out.
That's not getting cut out.
You're like, oh man, I can't wait to pop some Advil and watch the recording of the Macy's Day Parade.
Watch it on my AT&T.
Oh,
I
yeah.
recorded it.
Remember when this
For some
happened?
reason, I waited 2 whole months to
remember
watch
when this
it.
happened like 2 months ago?
You know,
man,
sadly,
that was
that's-
a great
that's
time.
probably-
He's gonna see Mariah Carey doing All I Want for Christmas. Like, that's strange that we're doing it after Christmas.
That
but,
it's a thing of that's not that if that was a New Year's tradition I had, it wouldn't be the weirdest.
he's gonna be watching the football game, Thanksgiving game on New Year's Day.
Oh, guys, look, it's time to watch the Super Bowl.
Oh boy, I can't wait to watch the Lions lose again.
Oh my god. No, so
At least watch the Astros win again.
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're in the wrong state to say it.
Hey, you in H-Town.
Your podcast will go.
Hey Patrick, look at me. What am I?
The next episode is like, so it's just gonna be me and Brad this time. Walker
Walker got mobbed.
he got canceled.
Yeah.
He got canceled. The people were not happy about it.
Oh well, where's A&M in the playoffs right now? I mean, come on, what are you talking about? H-Town?
In the playoffs.
They ain't in the playoffs.
It's not like I was following the Astros until they were at the World Series.
Oh my.
No.
Yeah, you want to talk about H-Town?
H-Town.
Yeah.
When we're winning.
When we're winning,
Yeah. So.
but when y'all are winning, y'all are cheating.
No.
All right. All right.
What do you think? We're the Patriots?
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Yes, y'all are the.
Oh, I see.
All right, we're getting out of the nerd industry here, guys.
Yeah, true.
Letting the air out of the baseball.
Yeah, totally. You know, putting that little oil on there, you just gotta do that, and woo!
All right. So yeah, we're gonna be having the game day draft gonna be on the 1st. Before that, we are also gonna be having our Commander Night that's gonna be held on the 19th, which would be, I guess, next Monday, correct? Or Monday after next. The week of Christmas Monday, I believe that is.
Yeah, well, tomorrow's the 12th.
Yes. So the next Monday will be our Commander Night. Completely free entry. You can come in, regular Commander Night. You can play regular Commander if you choose to want to participate in it. It's free of charge. You will get a promo for entering, and you guys will be put up into pods of 4. You guys will play your normal Commander game. There'll be certain conditions that will be asked of the pod at certain points in time during the game. If you meet that condition, certain events will happen. You'll get certain things will happen to your board. You'll get +1/+1 counters on all your creatures. You get to draw a card, get a creature from the graveyard, put it on the battlefield, stuff like that. A promo pack will be awarded to whoever comes in first. This will be also a continuous thing, so we'll be having multiple Commander Nights. They will be recording each previous Commander Night, so stuff will happen on one Commander Night that would be affected from the previous Commander Night, and so on and so forth. That'll be starting on the 19th. You know, and we are one of the best, if not the best place in Houston to play Commander. Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest, guys. There's not many places in Houston when it comes to Commander. Dragon's Lair is the place.
Or Walker's house.
Or Walker's house.
We'll give you the address later.
No.
The address will be in the description.
There will be landmines everywhere. I do not care.
You live in apartments. You can't do that.
You think I care? The federal government doesn't concern me.
Okay.
Nor do private property owners.
I think that does it for our big TCG dates right now when it comes to the month of December and early January, apparently. What is this?
It's a pocket.
It's a pocket. It's a pocket.
It's your pocket.
No,
It's your pocket, Ian.
Oh, crap.
What's in there?
What's the cards in here?
What's the pulls, bro? What's the pulls?
These are dope.
What'd you get out of that pool?
These are for me. That's for later.
That's a later.
I would just find $100 card in there. It's just like, oh, yeah, that's for later. So, what's going on with you guys, Walker? What's going on at,
with miniatures?
Did you just steal my pen?
No.
This dude's been stealing my pen all day. And
No, I have not been.
He has been trying to, like...
He touched me in places to try and find this thing. No. You keep on, you won't get it back.
That's stealing right now.
Still gotta talk about Warhammer.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We
Well,
gotta talk about that other disrespectful brand dealer.
well, first, before I get into a rage talking about GW, I want to cover a really positive event that happened last night here at the store. So, as a lot of y'all know, we were hosting the... What were y'all talking about here?
Huh?
You get that back when you deserve it.
Oh, well, but last night you mean the One Piece tournament?
No, not the One Piece tournament.
That the One Piece tournament?
Not the one that... The Iron Painter competition.
Hey! One Piece tournament a little bit more.
No, we're not talking about One Piece.
We're not talking
we're
about...
done with your trading cards.
All right.
So all the Great. Now when it gets to me, I can't even English. That's nice.
That's crazy.
How many people showed up?
We had about 35 people show up.
Dang.
Took all my tables, dude.
Took all my tables.
Yeah. Sucks to suck.
You couldn't even hit me up with a text message before I got in.
Sucks to suck.
We had about 35 people show up, and they were painting store exclusive made miniatures for it. Now,
I got this part. It was store exclusive. You could still buy them, only through us.
Oh.
They were made by the one and only Doug Bowman of Top Dog Design.
Okay.
Him and Rob worked out a deal. So the model is beautiful. It is.
Do you have any information about that trade deal that happened between Doug Bowman and Robert Prawl of Dragon's Lair Houston?
All I know is that it was a lot of drugs.
All right, so
say that on television.
okay, so Walker Stevenson, he is involved in drug dealing. Put that to press.
Put that to press.
Borrow this real quick.
The model is amazing. It's a rock and roll Santa standing on top of a roof with chimneys on it, everything else like that. And it has at the very bottom Dragon's Lair Comic and Fantasy Houston Iron Painter contest winner 2022. It's a beautiful model, and it was amazing to see how everybody, like, all the different takes and tricks and everything else that everybody used.
And you can't see the 3D rendering of the model if you go to our Facebook page.
Yes, you can. And you can also go see it on Doug's page as well, I think. No, you actually can't because of the deal. But no, First
guys,
place. Judging took about like 2 hours last night between me, Rob, and Doug.
Mm-hmm. You know how indecisive you guys are.
Well, it actually.
You tell us a little bit about the judging process.
It actually wasn't. So we were all in agreement on first place.
Okay.
David Grant, I don't know how to pronounce. I forget. He's New Zealand. He knows who you know who I'm talking about. That guy. He made. So we all were in agreement that first place, on the first place model, it was a Scottish Santa. Mm-hmm. On the electric guitar, it had the St. Andrew's cross painted up in the Scottish colors, so the white and blue. On his hat, it was black with flames coming off of it, and in the AC/DC font, it had ho ho ho. And then on his actual jacket, it had tartan on, which is what you'll find on the kilts and everything in Scotland.
Okay. Like it.
He just the detail was beautiful, shading, everything. He made it seem like that just the blue paint that he used was giving an aura off of it, like it was just its own natural lighting source.
You can't compare.
Did you guys take pictures of first, second, and third place?
Yeah, we took pictures of all the models. They will be posted up on our Facebook and Instagram. But no, we actually argued over second place and who's going to be second place the most. Mm-hmm. And both were good models. I think it was both of them were Matthews. One of them we had a skeleton Santa. So this guy made Santa look like a skeleton, zombie, everything else. On the guitar, it was all black. And Lead Belcher had Hail Santa on it.
See, I can never paint anything like that. Like, I've just started getting into, painting. I know I could never get amounts over years probably of practice, dude.
I would say even if you're, beginning in painting, participate in the Iron Painter event, because
that's what I've been telling people. I was telling them because everyone's like, "Oh, I can't paint. Well, I'm like, look, it's only $10 entry. You get a really cool mini, and you just do it. You make a day of it. Have fun. The people that you're sitting next to, you could probably learn a lot from them, and so you could get better from attending the event.
Oh yeah, no, everybody was giving tips and tricks, showing how to do stuff. It was fun. A lot of people who were learning how to paint learned a lot.
Yeah,
and they enjoyed it. And they said that the next one that we host, they're going to come back to it again. It was a lot of the models were beautiful, and a lot of them were fun. A lot of them were unique. I think my personal favorite one though was, so instead of building Santa fully, this person kept Santa cut in half, because we gave the model in pieces. So we had the upper half of Santa, legs, guitar, and then the chimney roof. Mm-hmm. Well, what this person did is they took Santa's legs, put it in the chimney, put Santa on the roof, put the guitar sliding down, and then covered the whole roof with blood.
Oh my!
Okay, that's pretty creative.
It was creative.
That's like that level of thinking, where you handed it to them in pieces. So everybody already, there's a general idea of what you want to do, but, there's those people who, take that one step further.
Oh, yeah.
And kind of, do their own thing and, go above and beyond.
One person created a whole, sack, the Christmas, his giant present sack.
Yeah.
With the molding clay and everything like that, and threw it on the roof. Now, and it's a 6-hour time window. So 8-hour time window. From 10 to 6 you're painting.
Yeah.
And you will tend to realize, and especially during that final hour, because I was in the game room and I started yelling 1 hour remaining. That's when you start noticing a lot of people start going oh crap. If they're trying to get done within that window. Then when you yell 30 minutes remaining, that's when you see people start picking up a pace. And it's the thing of, as a judge, you do that to see if someone is going to crack under that pressure.
Yeah.
To see if they are going to make a mistake or not. Some people did, some people didn't. A lot of people, from what I noticed, I saw a couple people go, crap, when I yelled 15 minutes. And then I just saw a lot of people, they just had one earbud in, they're just they're taking their time with it, they're finishing up their details.
We're going to amp it up more, so periodically throughout the contest, we're gonna come in with like Nerf guns and really spice it up.
That's gonna be your cleanup.
So what y'all should do is y'all could like have like a little live stream thing going on of the whole event, and then like have like either you or Doug be like commentators, and like, you know, every now and then go up to somebody, ask them, so hey, what are you doing with your color palettes, what are you trying to go for here, kind of like how they do with like Iron Chef,
oh yeah,
like how they do with
then we
like
need
that.
we need a secret ingredient item.
I definitely
like a secret color, like a secret a paint color
what
that you can put in there.
what I would probably like to do
that.
is at the beginning of the competition is, you know, we give everybody like a slip of paper, they write down their name and everything, we throw it in a hat.
Wrong.
We pick a table, and that's going to be the streaming table. And so then it's not just going to be, oh, well, these people got to it first. It's one of the judges, one of us will grab the hat, we're just going to stick our hand in it, grab, open it up, read the name, they go to that streaming table. So that's why then it's a random thing. So that's why then nobody can sit there and go, oh, well, they made it there and they're like some of the best painters. Well, that, you know, so if someone who's like a really good painter makes it on there, okay, cool. And if someone who's still learning, it's going to show that contrast, and
I think you
it's
should
going to be
have
fun.
somebody just walking around with the camera
So-
while the commentators.
So we're how about like instead of that, what you can do is you can number each table and then pick the table by, because I feel like if you do it where it's like each person's name and they got to bring, it's like them bringing all of their stuff over to that table, laying it all out, and then going back to painting.
Well,
in the middle.
no.
They would start at that table.
No, they would start at that table and they would end at that table.
Like they're just picking.
So like they're
one
there.
table
So it's
the
just
whole
like
time.
one group the whole time on that.
Yeah,
live
and
stream.
then the next, because we're going to do this quarterly as well. So it's going to be every quarter.
That means there's 4 of them a year.
Then yeah.
It's a quarter.
We can barely do 2.
I mean, but yeah, that does sound like a cool idea, especially if you do the whole, you know, like, hey, you have to use this paint, like, color in there, kind of
do
throw them
like
off there.
Wipeout was just like big things, just come and shovel.
Yeah,
Just
dude.
flip the table.
Dude, like, you could get, like, Doug to be, like, the Gordon Ramsay of it. And it's just like, I hate it. Like,
Well,
like,
This paint is raw.
it's so raw. I can see the tree sap they use to, like...
Quoting Doug, if he doesn't eat food, he gets stabby.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we just send him out there when he hasn't eaten anything all day.
We just deprive him of food.
Deprive him, yeah,
Lock
starve
him in
him
the back
out.
room.
Yeah, starve him out.
just he's clawing at the door. Go judge him.
Ah, yeah. Oh.
I mean, y'all even have it. It's Iron Painter, Iron Chef. Like,
I like the idea of having a secret ingredient item.
I will say this. The Iron Painter design was made by Bradley.
It was my idea.
Brad did an amazing
my
job
idea.
where it's just where it's the steel gauntlet, where it's the gauntlet, and then it's a paintbrush being held and everything, and it looks good.
yeah.
And the Santa was my idea.
What do you mean?
To do Santa Claus.
As the model?
Yeah, to do a rock and roll Santa was my idea.
You know, whenever I was talking to Doug, and I told Doug that model reminded me of like an old parody song. It was called "I Am Santa Claus." It was like, which was a parody of "I Am Iron Man," and
I have
apparently,
it on my phone.
huh? Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Doug was like, "Yeah, no." He was listening to all types of metal and everything like that when he was creating it. And it was like,
I can feel it. I can feel like this dude is like it's snowing. There's lightning behind this dude. He's up on the roof, just.
you know, starting to play like 2 Minutes to Midnight by Iron Maiden all of a sudden.
Something.
Yeah.
But speaking of painting, come by every Monday night, and we always have our
Is it Monday night?
Yep, Monday night paint nights.
Monday nights.
Come by every Monday night, and we'll have a paint night. It's a great way to meet new friends.
I dare you to get paint on my tables.
Well, that's why we put the tablecloth on.
We still got glue on those tables.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna fight someone over it.
We don't talk about it.
But no, paint night is pretty fun. I've been to a couple of them.
I will be there tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll actually be painting. I'm gonna be working on some of my Malifaux models.
Okay.
So feel free to harass me.
I also hear that the Dragonstone owner Robert Prawl does make appearances every now and then to the.
He does sometimes.
Okay.
Comes from the shadows.
He comes from the shadows, from the abyss.
Brings his little orcs.
Brings his whole freaking set, dude. It's kind of scary.
Sounds like he lives with that thing.
He lives with that thing. He's just holding his light up mirror magnifier. I love you, my precious. You know, just doing that.
What do you think? Is that accurate?
I think it
That's
is.
not accurate, yeah. I've been in his office a few times when he doesn't think anybody's there, and he's like, I'm like in the back looking at him. It's a scary thing.
Through the window.
Yeah.
Anything like new releases coming out for Warhammer or anything that just came out?
Yeah, the Christmas boxes. We just posted that video up on our Facebook and it was me and Gage going over all the Christmas boxes and everything. You're saving about $80 whenever you're buying one. I know that you're eyeing down the Adeptus Mechanicus one.
Definitely.
But also GW can bite me because we did not get in the two that I know would be on that shelf for a day and be gone.
Which ones were those?
The Custodians and the Knights. If you're looking at me and telling me that the Knight box is going to be $210 and I'm getting...
Is that what, Grey Knights?
No. Like the actual Imperial Knights.
Imperial Knights, okay.
You know, big stompy robot boys.
Yeah.
You're telling me that's $210. That's going to be a lot cheaper than what I'm spending to actually get half the Knights.
Mm-hmm.
Like the main Knight in the box is probably about $170.
Yeah. And then the Custodes, that's the Adeptus Custodes.
Yeah, Adeptus Custodians, basically, you know, your golden boys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, no, we still have a lot of them in stock. We do have if you're a Raven Guard or Imperial Fist fan, we have those boxes. They do not come with the Codex supplement, sadly. I was thinking that they would. That looked like...
Yeah, I thought like they would come with codexes. I feel like most boxes that are like they have like a mass produce of troops should come with like some kind of codex or even like the data cards.
Well,
like data cards with a combat patrol.
Well, let's take for example the your box that you have, the Black Templar box. It comes with codex, it comes with data cards, it comes with everything you need. But that was the starter army box for them.
I have a Predator tank.
Yeah.
And my army can beat your army.
I am still currently in the middle of painting all my stuff.
That sounds like a challenge. That sounds like something.
It's not a challenge. It's a promise.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, we'll see who's better, Dark Angels or Black Templars.
Black Templars.
It's gonna be Dark Angels there, buddy.
Oh, see, you're already lying.
See, they're both wrong. It's Adeptus Mechanicus.
You play Black Templars as well. That's your first army.
And I wasn't by choice. I was given the Black Templar.
True.
My first chosen army.
But was it? And then also, I don't think we're going to see it by the end of this year. What are you freaking out about, Brad? He's losing his mind over there.
Don't touch things.
I don't think we'll see it by the end of this year. I think we might see it at the beginning of next year. It is going to be the World Eater box set. Angron has been announced. He's been announced for a couple months now. The whole World Eaters Legion is getting is being revamped. Everything like that. The Angron model looks beautiful. A lot of people are hoping, lore-wise, that Ghazghkull, Thraka, and Angron throw down because Angron killed Commissar Yarrick of Armageddon.
Spoilers.
Right.
I know, right?
Maybe some of us wanted to read the
Yeah.
lore.
Well, you have only found that in the actual codex for Guard.
Maybe I wanted to get the Codex for Guard.
Yeah, I'm not gonna,
Well, the only way to get that right now is to spend, I don't know, how much?
You don't know how much
Why are
I'm
you
willing to
looking
spend.
at me like I'm the miniatures guy and I know that.
No, because me and you both have had to buy the Kidia Stands box.
Well, maybe I don't want to
someone.
now because the ending got ruined.
Like $210.
Yeah.
And that is the only way to get the codex.
So how much are the Christmas boxes?
$210.
Okay.
So your standard army boxes, they're great deals. You're saving about $80 then from buying the combat patrol and then buying everything else.
And then
that
you said
need.
all of the armies that got Christmas boxes, right?
No, not all of the armies.
Okay.
It was really kind of like, was it for 40K? It was all of the Imperium
Okay.
armies. And then for Sigmar, it was a mixture of everything, like Skaven, Daughters of Khorne, Orcs, what's their name? Stormcast Eternals, I was about to say Sylvaneth, everything, a little bit of everything. The Gloomspite Gits even got a Battle Force box.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't even gotten a brand new Vanguard or Battle Tome yet in Sigmar, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, in all reality, that's really
I
it.
understand what he's talking about.
No, they're really just names to me, but like he seems pretty excited about it, so I'm happy.
I'm
for him.
happy that he's excited.
Yeah,
about
I'm happy that
something.
he's excited too. It's like a kid in a candy store.
You know, I feel like I'm going to be the abused one with you two here now.
Oh, you know,
No,
it's not abuse,
no,
it's
I
challenge.
wouldn't.
It's character carving.
It's
It's
character.
not bullying, it's character.
Look, I already got
Tough
God
love.
doing that to me already. I don't need you two to do it.
Alright, guys. We don't need all religious on us now. I remember you were talking something about cheese.
No,
earlier
not
today.
me.
Well, no, I think it's actually on that paper.
No, I don't
It
think
was like
so,
what
no.
Marvel
Oh, look, now I have
Craft.
to dig it back out. It's like a whole thing.
You have the paper right there. You're folding it right now, actually.
It doesn't mean nothing just written on a paper.
I think it does.
No, what you need to talk about is our Toys for Tots toy drive.
Toys for Tots has been doing pretty good.
Yeah. I'm actually looking at like a whole stack of toys over there that I had to put up on Friday.
So for our Toys for Tots toy drive, we are a box supplier. You bring your toys you want to donate. We put them in the box. Please make sure it's new stuff. I don't think they really like hand-me-down items. So as long as it's like in the box, it's still new kind of thing. But for every toy that you do deliver to us, we'll give you a raffle ticket, and so that is part of our Dragon's Lair birthday. That with your raffle ticket, you'll put it into one of the 10 mystery boxes we have next to our toy drive box, and you can win the grand prize, which is a large tab / hosted game night in the tavern. So I believe the tab's about $200.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's 200.
So you and your friends can get $200 tab in our tavern for food and drink, as well as a hosted game night for whatever y'all want to play, whether it's D&D, a board game, or anything in between.
Yeah, that's all that you can do with $200 at the tavern.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do
They do
$200.
those. They do the buckets of beer.
Oh
We do
yeah.
the buckets. I believe we do the pitchers for our things that are on tap. All the great options we have in the cans and bottles. We also have our holiday items, so keep a lookout on those and give those a try. Also, be ready for our trivia night coming up in a few weeks. It's on the 22nd, I believe. It is over the MCU, so get your watching on for the movies and the shows. It is a free to join event, as well as the happy hours that get to ensue within the tavern.
You are going to be hosting it, but who is everybody going to be competing against?
People will be competing against a Dragon's Lair. What would you call him?
He's a friend of the
Friend
store.
of the store,
Yeah.
I guess. Ron Jam is going to be our resident expert on it, whether that's a true statement or not. He told me not to have questions over, I think it was Agent Carter. Either that or Jessica Jones. Told me not to have questions over that. So it'll probably be mostly questions over Agent Carter and Jessica Jones.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was about to
you
say
gotta-
because if he's the expert, then he
That was
knows
kind of a terrible mistake on his part.
Yeah, no,
Like, he
he-
gave us
yeah,
the
yeah.
exact answers and fire that we needed to get.
Oh,
to-
yeah.
He does realize that this is intended for him to not win, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, free to join. If you come in some type of Marvel apparel, you can get a free point for your team, as well as the great prizes that we've been pumping out for these trivia nights.
Yeah.
And it's been doing pretty good too.
They're fun. That tavern really is like bouncing whenever trivia nights.
Oh yeah.
going. It's.
We got people that show up just for the trivia nights.
I remember the first one. Because I took part in that one, and I got thrown a Princess Leia.
Yeah. Little Princess Leia keychain.
Yeah, didn't I come in third or something like that on that one?
I don't think you placed.
I think I did.
I think you did. I think you got a pity keychain.
No.
You got a participation
I think you
keychain.
got a participation
No.
keychain.
No. Because it was Star Wars. It was against Rob.
Yeah, it was against Rob.
And
What does that mean? Like,
Rob only knows stuff about original trilogy. That's it.
Yeah, but we gave keychains away to like everybody.
Wow, make me feel good about myself.
I'm just trying to tell you the truth.
yeah, we're not gonna lie here.
Moving on. We will be closed this Thursday for Staffsmith.
We close
15th.
we'll close early.
Early.
We're not closed
Early.
all day. We'll be closing
We're
at
at
5
5.
o'clock.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you're out here spreading misinformation
We'll
like
be closed.
fox.
We'll be closing at 5 o'clock on the 15th this Thursday. So please get all your shopping done before then.
Yeah, we cannot go into any more details about that, really.
Tavern also won't be open on
Yeah,
Thursday
no.
either as well. So, unfortunately, you cannot get drunk early in the morning on the 15th.
We'll also be closing early on Christmas Eve. That is 5 o'clock as well.
And we will not be open on
On
Christmas.
Christmas Day.
And then are we closing down early for
New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve?
I think it's to be
believe so.
determined.
Or something, yeah, somewhere around there.
I don't know if that one got an official time yet.
Or we can pester
There's
Rob
a sign on the
downstairs.
door.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
by next week we'll have that information. We'll be able to throw it in the next Manic episode, right?
Yeah, hopefully. Maybe.
Or just wait till the next day. Just show up New Year's Day. We'll be open then.
True.
Yeah.
But what if they want to get that New
I
Year's
just
Eve?
hold
hope
your-
I
hold
don't
your-
work
hold
morning
your-
shift that day.
Hold your purchases off from New Year's Eve and do it New Year's Day, so that way we can start the new year strong.
with what? Like a pack of magic?
Yeah,
Pokemon singles.
Pokemon singles.
Yeah.
I want this one, and this one, and this one, and this one.
Seems like Walker has some kind of like
Hatred, yeah.
personal hatred towards Pokemon players.
Oof.
This guy is over there. You're trying to play Pokemon. Run away. Well, the other direction apparently. Let me see.
Bro, what does it say?
Nothing. It doesn't say anything.
Yes, it does.
It says
You're reading the other side that you wrote on.
it says store events happening.
Let me see it.
No,
this is
my
it's
paper.
in Walker's. It's in Walker's.
It's
handwriting,
in
so we can
Marvel-
write about it.
Marvel branded cheese slices.
Marvel branded cheese slices.
What was that about,
I
huh?
gotta dig it back out and make me waste.
I mean,
my
it
time.
didn't even take you that long
You
to get
didn't-
the
yeah,
comic. You've
exactly.
already got it.
Look, I don't even know what page it was on again. Gosh, I gotta flip through all these pages and get from.
Excuses from this guy,
There,
right?
there it is. Marvel branded cheese slices.
So is it like American craft
It's-
singles, maybe?
No, it's Dorman's cheese.
It says American right there.
Yes,
Well, that's
it's American cheese.
that's a type of
It's
cheese.
a type of cheese.
Yeah.
It's not a brand. It's a type.
I mean,
It's
we
a,
knew.
it's a flavor palette. 18 single slices. Pasteurized processed cheese food because you can't legally call
Do
it
they have
cheese.
do they have a dairy free option?
Dairy free option. No, but if you clip out this coupon, then you can also get.
Is that like a real coupon that you could?
Yeah, you mail it in and then you get this sticker album.
I
that
thought it was
came
for
with
actual cheese.
Uh,
It's kind of a letdown.
It says 6 UPC symbols from Norman's American cheese. So you have to buy the cheese to get the things that you add with this coupon, and then you get the sticker book.
So how do we buy the cheese? Where do we buy the cheese from?
From a grocery store like 30 years ago.
well, I think Dorman's cheese is no longer a brand.
Active brand. I don't know. It might be regional.
Maybe.
If you or any of your loved ones know anything about Dorman's cheese,
You don't say it like it was one of those like law video, like if you or any of your loved ones
Suffer from mesothelioma.
Just
Yeah,
suffer
well.
from Dorman's cheese.
call 1-800-RBAD. That's 1-800-RBAD. Walker, is there anything else that you want to speak about in this podcast?
I don't know. I kind of want to go play in traffic now.
All right, well then close off your podcast, bro. This is your This isn't our podcast. Why are we like?
I was invited here.
Yeah,
I was invited
dude,
here.
I came here.
He's looking at me like I'm supposed to be running the show.
What's going on here?
Well, come on,
dude?
but you are the eldest of us.
Don't you have a degree in filmmaking?
Yeah.
Listen to your elder and finish your podcast.
Yeah, dude. Jesus Christ.
Well, guys, this has been Manic episode number 4. My name's Walker, and I have had a great time with you, Ian. Not so much with Brad. Him and his stupid hat.
You're welcome.
Whoa, hey.
He's balding! Bald! And catch us next week. Enjoy, guys.
Peace.
Oh!